Not kidding that I have Utah Republican Congresswoman Mia Love here. Congresswoman, always good to see you.
Good to see you, Neil.
We've got the Dow racing and at all-time daily advances on the year, all-time highs. A lot of it on optimism. These tax cuts are going to happen. Do you think they are?
Oh, gosh, I hope so. Remember, I was really mad at the Senate when they couldn't come through on health care. But this will be a win for the American people. I'm praying that they can get this done.
Congresswoman, you know, your senator, Mike Lee, has joined Marco Rubio with a push for a higher tax credit. In the House, I believe you guys increased it to a little bit north of $1,600 a child from $1,000. Now, they're pushing to make it still higher. The Wall Street Journal and others have editorialized these are for people who, though they pay payroll taxes, and there's no, you know, that's a lot of money. Payroll taxes are still taxes, but they're not income taxes, and that it sets a dangerous precedent. What do you think?
Well, I just think that whenever families are able to save so that they could pay for the things that they need for their family, that's always a good thing. You always have to balance it out because, remember, we still have a spending problem in this country. That has to be fixed. We've got to make sure that we address that. But I think that the American people have been taxed for such a long time. They have been pretty much held hostage to try and make sure that government has the money to pay for everything for everyone. We have to do everything we can to give people a little bit of a break, and especially people who are trying to raise their children so that they could put more money into their homes and eventually put more money into the economy.
So you would be okay with that, bottom line?
With giving more money to families, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
Another talk is to speed this up. We're getting heard that the Senate could vote on this maybe as soon as tonight, even tomorrow.
I hope so.
But that it would be shot back to you guys in the House for a yay or nay vote. What do you think of that?
Well, I think that we need to get back to reconciliation. There's still some things on the Senate side that I don't like. The fact that they've increased the brackets. We're trying to simplify the tax code. We've got 70,000 plus pages of tax code that we have to simplify, make it a little bit easier, get rid of some of the loopholes that people are able to take advantage of or some people aren't able to take advantage of. So I'm looking for as much of a simplification as possible. And again, doing everything we can to give the American taxpayer some relief so that they can take care of their family. Now, Neil, remember what this does for families. I need to make sure that everyone understands this. When a family is able to save more of their money, they're able to maybe put more money into education, buy a vehicle, do something. And what ends up happening is that they're less dependent on Washington trying to do everything for them. So again, this is about giving people a little bit more opportunity and a little bit more dependence on themselves so they don't have to wait for Washington or the Nancy Pelosi's of Washington trying to take care of every aspect of their lives.
You mentioned Nancy Pelosi, Congresswoman, and she has said that maybe the better part of valor is for John Conyers to step down right now. All of this at a time we're getting new revelations about Al Franken. There is on the Republican side Congressman Barton, who is announcing he's not running for re-election. Everyone on tenterhooks, I guess, in both parties about Roy Moore and whether he wins his race. What do you think of all this?
Well, I think it's absolutely disturbing. All of the allegations are incredibly disturbing. They're all different. Some, have admitted to inappropriate behavior. I just, I'm raising young girls, and I am scared out of my mind the world that I'm sending them out to. My oldest daughter is going to be going to college. We have to get really comfortable having uncomfortable conversations, so that way those who are victims can voice voice what's happening to them, and also protect people from having to deal with this type of behavior in the future. I believe that what we do today will write our history and will tell us how we deal with things in the future. And we need to make sure that we allow for due process, but we have to make sure that people are able to have their voices heard and stop this inappropriate behavior.
Congresswoman, I like that. We have to get comfortable having uncomfortable conversations. That's very true. Thank you very, very much. Very good seeing you again.